Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. When I say I promise you, I'm gonna knock out the Gypsy King as well.
TBV Productions.
How am I gonna let this little skinny spaghetti hit man?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm that guy. I'm the dog with the bitch.
When I stepped on the scene, I said I wanted this road. I said I wanted that road.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You know, so I'm still on a mission.
I'm gonna chase his ass all the way up there.
I told him it's an easy fucking thing.
Some of them like it, some of them don't. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Welcome back. It's Untitled. So, yeah, we're just talking a little bit of everything. I'm back from Jamaica, and I'm interested to hear the old Mike takeover. Mike, what's going on, brother? And how are you feeling after, kind of manning the ship for a good at least 4 to 5 days is legitimate. Is legitimately about how long it's been, I think. 4 to 5 days.
Oh, yeah, I can't lie. That shit was tough, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of things going on in the background, a lot of things that you do that didn't realize that you do, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But it was fun, you know what I'm saying? We had a great team effort with Ron G and Jay Hardcore, Mario. Shout out to all the Patreons that they helped me out too. Joseph, Jack is the Truth, Ems, Javier. They all were on different shows and really helped me out. And I just wanted to give them a chance to, kind of express themselves about being a Patreon and like getting that on-air experience about just being on a podcast. So I think they all enjoyed it, and yeah, pretty much fun, man. We had a good time.
Definitely, man. It was definitely good for me. Like, I was just like, whoa. I was shocked, to be honest, with the amount of content that you guys were putting out. I was shocked on Ron's behalf on, the way that he stepped up with his photoshopping abilities.
Killed me. I was like, what the fuck is Ron? Ron is like a fucking wizard, a jack of all trades, bro. Like, it's amazing, man.
Yeah, so he stepped up, and I actually felt a little jealous that I didn't come up with that old idea. I watched the show or seen something you guys did where it was like just the Patreons, just the masterminds. And I'm like, damn, this was actually something good. That's probably something we should do on a weekly because, the Wednesday Prospect Wednesday is just it's not working. It's not working out. It needs to be replaced. I don't know. That'll be something we'll probably put a poll up for to see whether or not that should go. But yeah, man, it was good seeing that you guys are beyond capable of keeping it going. Man, Comment Creeping Thursday is gonna be dope. Because you guys got a lot of comments out there. Man, they were shitting on me while I was gone for sure. So, yeah, man, it's pretty interesting. But what was your decision making? How'd the thought process go in, what show you were going to do, how many? It just felt like they were coming out nonstop.
I mean, it was just like little topics come out and like me and Mario just decided to do like if topics come out like kind of like I'm doing now where it's not worth like a long show, but it's worth mentioning 5-10 minutes that it get views. So we decided on things like that. But for like the morning shows, man, we just went with what we thought was hot. I mean, Amir Khan, Terrence Crawford, and the AJ story broke Friday, so that was great for us. The AJ story broke on Wednesday. So that just, you know what I'm saying, as soon as you left, we had a breaking news story. Hey, you're at the airport and AJ and Miller gets announced. So that was good for us. Then the Thursday show with Crawford and the Friday show with AJ ticket sales. I mean, everything pretty much, man, lined up, and it just goes to show that the people, man, really do enjoy the actual podcast, and you know what I'm saying, they like all people's perspectives and all different personalities.
Yeah, man. Listen, It was Valentine's, and anyone that's tried to travel on Valentine's know that it is super expensive. So, the beauty of my girl is that she's not materialistic. So we decided to do what all white folks do, right? They bunker down and they fucking have a, backpacking vacation, so to speak. So we cut certain corners, and unfortunately, that meant Wi-Fi. Not that we thought it would, but because we didn't go with a traditional big resort, this Wi-Fi was just trash, bro. Like, even in their lobby, it was trash. It was just never good. I'm probably going to get a very expensive data bill because everything that I did on my phone's data while roaming. I do have an international plan or whatever, but it just isn't.
I didn't know they Roman shit.
Say what, bro?
I didn't know that they did Roman stuff.
I mean, they do and they don't. Because I have the international plan. Even my girl had it. Ours is called Day Pass. Theirs is called like something Pass. But yeah. So whenever you're there, it's like $10 a day for whatever country you're in to just have normal service, and it goes accustomed to how you use your service. So let's say you use 100 gigs, well then you're allowed 50 gigs out there. So that's a plus. But again, no big resort, so spotty internet, and it just kind of ruined things. I wanted to, because I brought the laptop with me, I wanted to at least upload all the podcasts you guys were doing to have them up as podcasts for the iTunes listeners. But dude, that shit just kept saying error, failure. And then I even remember, because of the money, I hope you guys gave my credit on the betting show. I can't even watch that. It was just it was what it was supposed to be. I was supposed to be disconnected, so I was able to disconnect. The thing is that they make iMessage on a low bandwidth so that you could text even on a plane. So I was able to stay in contact with you guys, but not do as much as I wanted to. But yeah, man, I mean, you guys did what you could, and which was a lot and above my expectations for sure. And I did what I could. I'm just thankful that I brought the laptop. I said to myself, let me bring it and see, could we watch Netflix over there? Because we did that in DR, but that internet was trash in the resort. But here's the thing, though. So the internet was trash in the resort, but the resort itself is like a 3-star resort. It's like, it ain't dope for all the right reasons, like furniture, updated, or outdated. I don't know. But it was perfect for all the other reasons. Like the grounds were well kept. The restaurant was definitely official. It ended up being the cheapest and best restaurant. So we traveled all the 7 Mile beach of Negril, and we had drinks in every spot that we stopped at, wherever we stopped. So I stay and drink the same. So I was drinking screwdrivers, orange juice and vodka. That's good for a sunny day. And there were different prices everywhere. When we eventually got them at our spot, way cheaper, $4, which is, $4 drinks, because it's Jamaica.
It's crazy.
So that was official. The secludedness of it was one of the last resorts at the end of the beach. So it was always empty. There was no rowdiness. There was no spring breakers, none of that. It was just.
I think they had a High Life tour or something like that, right?
No, High Life Tours. High Life Tours is my guy. Shout out to Andrew Diakonu. I met him through him. Andre used them. Yeah, man, it's small world because of TBV. I'm telling you, it opened up so many doors. Andre used them. I watched his Instagram. He gave me the info, and I used them. And I was a repeat customer. And this was actually the best time I had with High Life Tours, which his name is John. He has his own tour business throughout all of Jamaica, and there's many reasons why it's better to use John or someone like John, other than renting. I'll start with, for Americans, the steering wheel's on the wrong side, so it's right hand driving. Outside of that, the roads are very narrow. Now you're talking about a guy that comes from a Caribbean country and visited most. Very narrow, bro. And it's an island, so it's like a mountain, right? It goes up and the roads are narrow, bro. So I don't know, man. Not only that, it's like, why drive yourself when the cost is so
cheap?
Renting, you can just let him drive you around, get where you're going, smoke.
Man, how was the weed though, my nigga? Yeah, how was the weed, my nigga? Damn.
Let me tell you something. The weed was better than all the other times that I've gone. And it was actually beautiful to see, because the farm that I visited, that I showed on my IG, was the same farm that I went once before. And he is the farm that is producing the best weed. I mean, when I got there, I had Tango Kush, I had Blue Dream, I had White Ice, and then something else. And then when I went to the farm, I got from him Lemon OG, Larry OG, and some other Kush mixed with White Widow. But they stepped it up. Like, Jamaica is always known for producing great bud, but they didn't have the curing process down pat. They would dry outdoors. They would stack dry. Stack dry is, if you ever visited a shish kebab cart, you'll see all the shish kebabs stacked on each other while they're waiting to be cooked. That's trash. That's not how you dry marijuana. First of all, you don't speed dry it. You don't over dry it. It has to be dried at the right humidity and the right temperature. So Jamaica never really had that down pack. Like, you would watch the bud grow at these farms and see the trichomes out the ass, looking amazing, crystallization, gorgeous, right? But then they give it to you. They're giving it to you right off the stick. The stick itself is not even snapping. Like, if you know anything about weed, the weed, you want that branch to snap. You want to hear a crack at least. That is the indication that the bud
fresh
is at least ready. But if that branch doesn't snap, if it bends, that means there's still too much water in the bud. It hasn't been dried properly. Outside of hang drying it, it needs to be placed in a jar. So a lot of people don't go through the process of truly curing bud. But again, I'm happy to report that these men have stepped it up. I'll be honest, I wasn't really smelling the farm like that. Like, I've seen better quality or better looking vegetative state bud and flower budding bud. So I don't know. I guess I was less experienced back then. That being said, it still was very, very good bud and cheap. I mean, I loved it, right? I bought like a half ounce, and he just was like, yo, what's that way? What's that way? So his son was weighing, and he was like, oh, this is a half, right? He was like, nah. Give him everything in your hand. Bro, it was just so much weed. Like, they did, like, it just, everybody just gives you weed. It's like, it's cool, and everybody's smoking. You could smoke outdoors. You could smoke in restaurants. Everything, yo, as long as it's...
You can smoke in restaurants?
Oh, absolutely. Every restaurant I had, as long as there is at least one wall open, that's, for them, is considered outdoors. Like, I smoked that.
You can get high at the restaurant before you eat.
You can get high while you're eating. I ate breakfast, eating, smoking right around people. I ate at Ocean Breeze restaurant, and there was an Argentine couple who I mistaked or I had a mistake, but I was like, "Are you Uruguayan or are you Argentine?" He was like, "He's Argentine," but he had his 2 kids, and I didn't have to stop smoking. They I was there first. I was already smoking. They gave me my ashtray, and sure enough, he started smoking. Like, yo, that's what I love about Jamaica. That and the fact that it's like $1.28 for every American dollar, right? So like you get like 128 Jamaican dollars for every American dollar, because their dollar is like 75 cents or some shit, you know what I mean? So it's almost like Canada, I guess, which is there's a lot of Canadians out there. Oxtails was banging, but I'm gonna be honest, yo, they do mega small portions, Mike. Like, bruh, I mean, would ask for oxtails, and if the spot didn't already run out, they only had like enough for one order, which isn't. It's like enough for a European order. Like, I'm an American, bro. Like, don't give me 5 oxtails, thinks I'm gonna be full. That's not gonna happen. You feel me? But I tell you one thing, man. The real Jamaican beef patties from out there, they crazy good.
What are beef patties though, man? Like,
Yeah, that's from out. Jamaican beef patties. They rocking from out there.
What's in them? I never had a beef patty.
I had beef patty, and it tastes like curry or jerk, right? Nah, not jerk. Jerk is a different taste. Definitely like a curry taste to it, but spicy, but fulfilling. So good. 2 for my big ass, and I'm like, already. So 1 is good for most. That should be rocking.
Cool.
I had goat. I had everything. I had goat, but that was also, they didn't have a lot of that. Like, it was just a real issue. But I was on the countryside, and the grill's the countryside. Montego Bay, Kingston, all that is more modern, more New York City, so to speak. Montego, that's like countryside. That's why you see me on horses and mountains and all that good shit. You know what I mean?
Going got them zip lining off a cliff and shit.
Yeah. Yo, let me tell you, that was a mistake.
What?
What? That was
your old ass got fucking that water, hit the water like
right. No, it was just like never ending, that stupid zip line, and it just kept getting higher and higher. And they structurally, I wasn't like, we're in Jamaica. I'm not zip lining in America where there's code, there's building code, and thou shalt not go 700 feet in the sky without some sort of inspector coming to make sure. My nigga, the structure was swaying in the air. I was shitting bricks. And the worst part is, once you go up, you don't go down.
Did you have a harness on?
Of course I had a harness, but you're not getting me. Forget the actual riding on the zip line. The platform where you're waiting for like another 24 people to get off the zip line is swaying, and every time someone else comes, it moves even more because it's just more pounds. But then every platform you land on is built identical with 4 logs as the main post. Can you get me? Are you painting this picture with me? Okay, but each platform gets higher. There's something wrong with that picture. You can't keep going higher and higher with the same setup. Nigga, if you're going to go 100 feet, it's time to add 2 more legs to the back of that. Instead of 4, make it 6. No, it's always 4. And that bitch was always swaying. Everybody holding on to the banister. Niggas ain't know what was going on. We all regretted that shit. Everybody regretted that shit. Everybody. I'm telling you, there was people happy, but everybody was asking themselves, why is this shit moving? It was just moving. It's like, come on, man, this ain't right.
That's funny right there, boy. That's a funny shit.
Let me tell you, no stairs. It's only stairs up because each platform, like I said, gets higher. So you zip line it. I thought of you, but I said, then how the fuck, once we get
it's over.
No. Well, I also thought of, it's going to have to be with the chair, but then that's too many things. And then you're going to have to find someone that made a harness specifically for the chair because of the weight and all that extra shit that can happen. So that thought quickly went out there. But I figured, like, yo, that shit ain't no joke. Everybody could kind of do that. It's just the issue of that stupid ass platform. I'm not doing that platform.
That shit look crazy, man. It looked fun though, but
it was fun. But I think the best time or experience I had there was the waterfalls.
I thought the horse.
Nah.
Did you jump off the waterfall?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I want to go to another one. You know, I seen it late. That one is in Portland, Jamaica, which is closer to Kingston. But I got next time I go back, I did do the blue hole, but I didn't jump in this time, but I jumped in the past. I ain't jumping this time, but I went to the blue hole because that's the farm that I fuck with. That's my man right there. I always go to that farm. So where I was saying before I answer Brandon, you know, this happens with the weed.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
All right, because you was not even paying attention to me.
No, I was trying to upload
more other shit. Thank you,
yeah.
fake ass friend.
Matter of fact, my blunt go. I dropped it somewhere.
Look at you. That's what happened.
I need to find that motherfucker.
But yeah, man. Press conference tomorrow. You know we ain't gonna get no time with AJ. They put out a statement at the end of the email like no websites or YouTube channels.
Yeah, I think that nigga no YouTubers. That's kind
old.
of
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's old. That's people probably, I don't know. I wonder who put that out. Who put that out like that publicly? Because that's old, you know what I mean? That's somebody trying to get somebody to bite, I bet. But yo, man, I've been going for so long. Movies, man. What movies you recommending? You ain't seen nothing. You was too busy trying to be the captain of the ship.
Man, I ain't watched really no movies, bro, to be honest with you. I think I watched Creed while you was gone. First time I seen Creed, you know what I'm saying? Creed 2, so I caught up on that. But as far as movies go, no, man, I was really just trying to make some money this weekend. I did make 160, you know what I'm saying? So big ups to that. You know what I'm saying? But I had Allen and some parlays, but some of the Jojo Diaz really fucked with me because I had
brought him up because I don't think you. I think you whack as hell. Let me tell you. I think you whack as hell. I think that how you ain't do Allen everybody.
I did do Allen everybody, but I did him sometimes money line, but sometimes I did a stoppage.
You did Allen everybody in multiple parlay, but you could have done Allen and one other guy in multiple because he was a plus 460. Ain't matter who else you put in it, it was still gonna be good. Like, I just wish I was here for that. That's fucked up. I gave y'all a winning win, man.
Yeah, somebody, some people cashed in on that win.
Yeah, R&V. That's why I'm glad. No.
R&V got shit. Hitchy got revoked.
No, one of them.
Oh, okay.
He did a 250 bet after, but he had Allen bets. He had straight Allen bet. I'm telling you, I ain't even checked what's out there yet. Cause I know a little something that's out there. I know a little fight that's out there that I don't even know. I'm waiting to see as they gonna put it on. And I'm sending our boy to cover that one. Hopefully he makes it. It's gonna be cray. And I'm gonna tell you because you a Patreon if you're listening, so it's all good. But don't be spratting this, on no other channels.
Don't be chatting no shit.
Yeah, don't be chatting no shit. But Steven Ortiz, Jesus Cuevas. This is a tough one, though. Yeah, I know. Nobody don't know him. That's the whole fucking point. I keep giving you gems, nigga. Then niggas gonna want to love Omar Douglas and love Lennox Allen and whoever else I picked a couple weeks ago and made money. Y'all gonna want to love them then. Nah, don't love them now. Just so like y'all know y'all loving motherfucking Mikhail Fox. I know.
Man, we got shitted on with that though, my nigga. I was so mad, my nigga.
He got robbed from what
that's what I'm saying. We got shitted on because we all had him, bro. It was so many niggas in the chat. And Mikhail Fox would have got the rifle victory, bro. It was niggas winning $400 off the rip. No, I was niggas 463.
And it's supposed to be that way because he was a heavy underdog. But who told y'all it was a mistake?
Yeah,
that boy went out there and showed.
But
only issue is he ain't got the right promoter, man. I just hope he get a shot at 140. He gonna do damage.
I just seen nigga, but he ain't got the power either, though.
I ain't gonna say damage.
He ain't got that.
But
he don't engage that much either.
He's still a sleeper fight for anybody.
His frame kind of small for. I mean, he got to put on some more weight, bro. He probably got to move up to like 147, 154. You know what I'm saying? He got to get a little bit more power.
A little peek, man. I'm gonna take a little peek, see what's going on over. I was so pissed off I can't make them bets over there. That is the stupidest thing. I was in a foreign country where obviously it's legal. They should have let me make my bet, man. They
Should have
crazy, man.
got on fire down. But let me ask you, how was the horse riding experience? Was it the
That was
first time you rode a horse?
it was the first time ever in my life I've rode on a horse. So
New York City nigga, I mean New Jersey nigga riding a horse, but that's crazy.
nah, and yo, let me tell you, they was like, yo, do you have you ever driven? No. Excuse me, have you ever ridden a horse? No. You know, you too cocky to let us lead you. You want to, you don't want to be led, meaning, and then he said like that, meaning a rope, a rope from the horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying, to one of the guides. And you know, I mad girls like, nah. I'm like, you could lead me.
You lead me, nigga. Hell yeah.
Hey, I seen what happened to Superman, nigga. I ain't Superman. Fuck that. Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, I know.
Lead me.
Goddamn right.
But yo, they got them horses super trained, man. That was beautiful to see how trained. I just kept thinking to my dog, like, damn, I wish I could train my dog like this. Motherfucking horse would just, I mean, he listened to the shit. He listened to everything.
But you gotta understand, like they do that shit every day, all day, nigga. That's their profession, you know what I'm saying? So just like they good, they probably good at fucking horse betting shit. Let truth be known.
Nah, hell yeah. Hey, yo, that's true, Brandon. They rolled me through the hood too, but I don't think it was the hood, but it felt like a little bit of a hood, like for like a quick second.
I mean, you in Jamaica, so
yeah, you
respect that.
And the part I was in, I'm telling you, the grill is country. Like
I was gonna say, there's some good food down there too.
I see a lot of fancy houses. Not to say that there ain't no fancy houses, because there's a shitload of mansions. But
oh yeah,
you know like on the beach, you ain't gonna see no fancy shit. And again, you can't really get on that side of the grill unless you're doing one or two things. You're either gonna pay for the big resort, the Sands Casino, the Sands Resort, or the Rue Resort, or the Secrets, whatever them expensive ones out there, or you gonna go with a mom and pop, because there's a lot of mom and pop shops. There was actually one closed down. I think it's called Barbie Barn. Barn is actually closed down. A lady that was staying in ours was telling us how she used to always go to Barbie Barn, but you know, the woman who was running it, she's no longer running it, and the brother took over, and it isn't the same. But yo, there's a lot of potential on that beach. You know what I mean? Like if someone had I mean, you read the reviews yourself and you can see it. Like if there was an influx of cash, someone could turn one of those little mom and pop resorts into like the most happening spot in the grill, because it's missing everything. Like, but it might be why it's so popping, right? Like it might not be a party spot because that's what people want it not to be. But if that isn't the case, then it definitely needs a party spot, because all they got is jungle and bourbon, man, and they wilding. Even though I'm hating on them for what I wish my own country did, which is stick to traditional music and don't fucking dick ride tourists. But my country, we a bunch of dick riders, so we ain't never playing our own music. We always playing some bullshit at the resorts, like anyone else's music, bottom fucking line. Whereas in Jamaica, nigga, you ain't hearing nothing but reggae all day, every day, till this day. It was crazy. But Negril is one of the dopest spots. I would never even go back to Montego unless it was like with a group of guys and we was trying to be cheap. I would recommend the Holiday Inn in Montego because they have the best jerk chicken and pork. And if you somehow got to bring your kids is free, and they're the cheapest. They just don't have the best beach. But again, that's how you do it. Like you could go to Montego and pay like $800. Come here. Don't go nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. You could go to Montego and pay like $800 all-inclusive flight and everything for like, let's say 4 or 5 days, food included. Stay in Montego. Know that that beach and that resort is shit, but then that money that you save and give it to High Life Tours and have them drive you to motherfucking the grill to the real 7 Mile dope beach.
Yeah, man.
But also know that you could stay on Montego and eat all that free food.
I've never been to Jamaica, so And from just the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, living my life vicariously through you, it seemed like you had fun. You know what I'm saying? Everything seemed like it was nice. The beaches seemed nice. The sand was white. You know what I'm saying? The weather was sunny. You know what I'm saying? The food, God, that breakfast you showed, my God, I was like, nigga, that shit look fire.
Bro, the Jamaican pancakes out there, they specialize in banana pancakes. Those are bad. Like, man, I had jerk pork 5 times. 5 times, and I was there for like 4 or 5 days. So I
jerk pork.
Yeah, jerk pork. Yeah, I fucking
jerk pork, jerk chicken, all that shit.
I had chicken too, but I prefer jerk pork. Their jerk pork is so good that the texture's like beef.
What kind of pork is it?
I didn't know there was more than one pork.
I mean, I'm like what part of the body? Like neck bones, ribs.
Man, I don't even know, bro. I just know that the texture feel like rib. I mean, like red meat. And it's not moist. It's
probably
like
sirloin.
It's like dry, like a dry rub. Think of ribs without the bone. You know,
it's a pork loin. Then it's like with a little bit like a little bit of fat on it.
Andre, and I think Andre is Jamaican, by the way, so he's saying pork shoulder.
It's like a little bit of fat on it.
Sometimes, which I hate.
I love it. I love that shit.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. There's something wrong in that part of Jamaica. Like, no matter how much I told the lady after like the 3rd time, I went like this. I said, look, I want my jerk pork hot, not spicy, hot. I want when it comes to have to blow on the meat because it's hot. Still wouldn't come hot. It's like room temperature pork out there. It's fucking ridiculous. But it was rocking, man. And I drank the tap water. Nothing happened to me. Ate the pork. I'm still good. No upset stomach and none of that dumb shit. I went to best in the West, which is one of the best jerk chicken spots. But they fell off, man. They saw something. I'm recommending Bourbon, man. I'm recommending you go to Bourbon in the grill for either jerk pork or jerk chicken. Their jerk sauce is way better than Best in the West, which is now my 3rd time going to. So I would say I'm familiar with them. I've given them enough tries, and they don't have their flies down packed. This is ridiculous at this point. Like, nigga, buy some fly swatters, buy some electric fly machines, or just buy the old-fashioned. I always like the old-fashioned sticky fly ones. If I ever have a fly issue in my backyard, I'm using this old-fashioned sticky fly ones that hang off the top of the ceiling or some shit. Those get flies quick. How you gonna be serving people food, fucking flies everywhere? Infestation of flies.
Maybe they want you to get the experience.
Let me tell you something else too. These Jamaican women that's out here working these motherfucking hotels and jobs, like, come on, if you ain't happy, don't get a job in customer service. Like, that's no one's fault but your fucking self. Like, just running around here with poor looking face. Like, we on vacation. We shouldn't have to look at your upside down smile all day for no reason. But it was banging. I love it. I said I wasn't even going to go back. But look, I came back even faster. Like, I just love it out there. It's dope. And now that the weed is banging, because it just used to be okay. It was like, okay. And you add that to the fact that it's okay to smoke out there, it makes it worth it. But now that it's okay to smoke and it's fire, they even got 2 or 3 dispensaries now. So that's also dope.
Yeah, man. Look fun, bro. Do we have anything for the Patreon, like comments, questions?
Let's see. You have anything? Do you have anything for the Patreons? Do you want to?
Oh man, just shit. Stay tuned. We trying to set this motherfucker into
now. All you do is you got announcements that you can't announce.
I'm just out here working, man. We're trying to figure out what the next move, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what the best content for the channel is, man. Always trying to innovate and like Ned said, I think we should have at least one mastermind on every week, you know what I'm saying? Just have them on, let them give their opinion and just give their perspective about being a mastermind, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll give you a behind the scenes viewpoint that we don't necessarily see. So
all right, we got a few here. Let's see. I guess I'll have to go into it. Joseph Rodriguez, the mastermind, says, has Showtime announced who is gonna be on the commentary this weekend in place of Malignaggi? I really hope it's Austin Trout gets a shot. Who's fighting this?
The Gale and Eubank are fighting this weekend, and also
And we get to watch that on what?
I think Showtime, and we have the Yerdom and Darrell fight. So I mean, yeah, it's gonna be some.
Talk about trash.
I mean, might be some good battle lines. I mean, if you go with Yerdom, if you think he can,
Yerdom can't take his punch.
I know, I already know that, bro.
That shit, and it's crazy because they have him as a, it's not bad. It's like almost 4-1, and Darrell's 430. You know what I mean? So it's like, not that bad.
I don't see a Patreon post from today. What's going on with my shit?
The next one is from Brandon. He says Miami versus LA versus New York. Which is a better USA vacation destination? If you believe another city is better than those three, elaborate on why. Miami versus LA versus New York.
I don't think it can get no better than Miami.
I'm going.
Yeah, it can get no better than Miami. You know what I'm saying? You got the best of both New York and LA right there in Miami. You got the big feel of New York, and you got the beaches, and you got the women, and you got the nightlife of LA all right there in Miami. And then you got Disney World not too far, and Orlando. You got sports teams. I mean, you got everything you can possibly imagine down in Miami, man. Just a beautiful place, which I've never been.
Yeah, no, if you take 10 days, you can do everything in Miami. You can go to Ocean Drive on Collins and chill like you're, Lil Wayne. You could hit Miami, hit up Live and all those nightclubs all your favorite rappers talk about. You could take a drive, rent a car, take a drive over to Clearwater and visit the beach that Keith Thurman, where he's from, You could do like Mike said, go to Orlando, another little short drive, and visit Disney World for the first time. I'm a Caribbean guy, so I love the beach, the sand, and the tropical feel of Miami. The water temperature is better than obviously the Pacific Ocean. LA water is always freezing. Cali water is always freezing. So yeah, and New York got snow and buildings and smog and fucking traffic and shitty dickhead people with bad attitudes. Nah, give me Miami any day. Miami any day, Brandon. So the next one is from Jose Garcia. He says, was the Jamaican weed good? And at any point did you feel endangered of your kidneys getting stolen? And what do you think about your boy's boxing skills? Drake. I didn't see Drake boxing. But
I think it did like some pad work or something like that.
I didn't see that. As far as the kidneys, no. That's another reason why I fuck with High Life Tours. I feel safe. Like, bruh, we would get on whatever activity or excursion, and he had our bag. He had my girl's beach bag with my wallet, with all my stuff. I felt safer with him. You know what I mean? Versus leaving it on the ground or in some rinky-dink locker out there. So nah, I didn't feel endangered, but I've been going to Jamaica for some time now, bro. And as far as Drake, nah, I didn't even get to see him.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, yeah, I didn't really see it either, but I'll look it up and I'll have it for you next time. You know what I'm saying? Always fun to see these guys try to go out there and fight and shit.
So Joseph came back with another one and said, what do you guys think about a replay system in boxing that can help decide between accidental slips and legit knockdowns or even low blows? I'll stop reading the rest and just say some commissions already have it. New Jersey uses it. Others don't. It's up to the commission. So that's where we're left with that. Mike?
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Like I think it should be a universal. For like slips, seeing whether a knockdown is a knockdown or whether a cut comes from a headbutt or a punch. You know what I'm saying? I think all those things are viable options.
Well, that's it, Mike. We're done.
Yes, sir.
We done. But you never know. I emailed Shelly trying to see what's his availabilities. And we're gonna get back to putting out these interviews. I believe we have Dion Nicholson, WBC International Cruiserweight Champ, got his win in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Friday night. We'll have him on the show. If you
Friday
haven't,
night? I thought
he got his win Friday night, and we have him on the show Wednesday. If you haven't already checked out Deontay Wilder live this morning, before you even got a chance to wake up, check it out on the YouTube channel. You should know where that's at because you're a Patreon, you're a loyal listener, subscriber, you part of the gang.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you for all the support from our Patreon people, you know what I'm saying? And just keep expecting more and more content, man. We're trying to become the best out here, which we already are, but we just try to become better, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, they got Ugas mad tight. They trying to play Porter, man. They be playing Porter.
What they got Ugas is?
Even when Porter's the favorite, he's the underdog. Craig.
What's the betting line on that?
For who? Ugas?
Yeah.
Bro, they got him at a plus 250 and Porter at a minus 330.
It ain't bad.
Man, come on, man.
Well,
How is Porter not more of a favorite than that? Or how is he not more of an underdog? Like, whatever you want to look at it.
I mean, he's 2-1, 2.5 to 1.
How does Patty Barnes keep getting fights, man?
I guess he got a name, man. He sells out. He sells tickets.
Man.
Just like Dave Allen. Just like what's the big guy's name from the UK that always get knocked out? David Price. As long as you can sell tickets, man, you're a viable option for a UK
this
promoter.
This week is slim. You got to make your fights with Brandon Rios versus Humberto Soto, Anthony Yeardem versus Avin Yeardem versus Anthony Durrell, Miguel Eubank, Selby Douglas, Joyce Bermain.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Might be some stuff out there, man. It might be some stuff out there worth parlaying with, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? A $2 parlay might get you know what I'm saying? Roll the dice. You got a couple of things that I'm thinking about doing this weekend, but you gotta wait till Friday for the betting show.
Yeah, man. All right, peace.
Peace out.